Hello and good morning, my stamping buddies. I don't say friends, and Terry said he can hear me upstairs, and he's like, oh, here we go again. So I thought I'd change it up. We are here in the basement studio. I am Amy Rich, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I have been here for 6 years sharing a Saturday morning card with you, and today is no different. We are here live and ready to roll. If you are popping on today to watch, say hello, please. I would love to know that you are here. And of course, if you are watching later, I love to read that as well. So thank you for joining me for a simple card with a little bit of character. And I wanted to feature this beautiful Valley and Bloom. Is that what it is? Valley and Bloom Designer Series paper. All of a sudden I drew a blank. I believe that's what it is. It features Lily of the Valley flowers, which if you saw my post earlier this week, I have a patch of that right outside my door here at my house, and it just takes over, so we let it because it was too hard to contain it. And it is blooming right now, and the smell when you walk out that door is absolutely stunning. It is fragrantly perfect, and I love it. I'll be bringing some in the house too. They don't last very long, but at least I can have that in the house for a little bit. So good morning, ladies. Carla and Stacy, I see, are here, and if they're the only ones, that's okay, because we're going to make a great card with or without everybody else. They'll watch later, right? So I have a team gathering today, and I'm looking forward to a fun morning for sure of stamping. And I am just so happy to be in a place where I can get down the stairs without pain and all the things. So if you were here on Wednesday, you know that, Linda, what am I doing up so early? I don't know, Linda. What are you doing up so early? My doctor and I believe that I tore my meniscus in my left knee, and it heals to the point that I can move basically pain-free unless I irritate it. So that is the plan for now, because our meniscus helps protect the bones. So we're gonna tough it out. All right, so enough about me and my aches and pains and woes. We are going to do happy things today. So let's create a card using Valley and Bloom. If you are playing along, I would love to see what you are creating. So I'd love to have you put it in the comments when we are all finished. I'm going to flip so that we can create. And the only regret I have is that I'm using just a tiny piece, really, of the DSP. We're going to take a look at all of it, but this is the one I'm using today. And for my team members who are joining, it's a little bit ironic because we were commenting. I'm not going to put this on anybody else, but I was commenting on how Coastal Cabana is really not on my list of often used colors. And it's just funny that I happen to choose that today for my creation. So here's the paper I'm using, as well as the back. I really wanted to just use the back, but I thought, no, I have to have a little bit of glitz and glamour, not glitz, but glamour, with some color, and I had to go for the other side. But for those of you who know me, neutrals is really where I live. It's where most of my clothes live as well. So to go to the bright colors just doesn't happen as often as I should. See, I'm using it, and look at this one. This is, I think, my favorite piece. And I'm like, I don't want to cut into that, so I gotta decide how that's gonna be used. And I love basic beige, so this is, see, I love basic beige, and I do love green, as many of you know. Beautiful things going on here with this paper, though. Okay, I think that's all of them. So Valley and Bloom is available in my online store, so you can go check that out. And honestly, it's the first time I've opened that package, and I'm so glad I did, because I don't know what's going on here on my desk. I got to get out my vacuum, my little desktop vacuum. That's what I need to do. Okay, so let's create. Let's start with, I have this all over the place here. Let's start with our card base, which, yes, for me is Coastal Cabana. And it is a beautiful color. I'm not saying that at all. One of my team members was like, here, take this. Here are 3 colors you mentioned you can live without, and put it on one card. And it is amazing. It is truly, they look so nice together. Do you want to know what those are? Coastal Cabana, Gorgeous Grape, and Melon Mambo. I'm sorry. And I know I like the colors. I've used the colors, but I just honestly don't use them much. So anyway, here we are. I feel like I want to use liquid glue if any of these work, because the folder that I used on I just ordered new ones, so they're almost all basically empty. This is Stone and Vine, and it's such a pretty background here. I decided to use that. There is an embossing folder that goes with this sweet collection, the Valley and Bloom, but I didn't want to cover up the big flower in the middle, and I wanted more of an overall design. So that's why I chose this one. All right, so we are creating, this is a really simple card. So we've got our 3 3/4 by 5. And for those of you wondering, typically I get the instructions, cutting instructions put in the comments of this video. Occasionally I forget to do that because, like this morning, for instance, I've got a team gathering right away. And so sometimes I forget, and then you just have to nudge me. But that's where you can find the cutting instructions, as well as later on YouTube. It is the header for my video always for that day. So you can find them. It just sometimes takes a little bit extra research to find them. But I will do my best to get them in the comments in a timely manner. All right, so then you can add your designer series paper to your rectangle that fits together nicely. I will note, now some of you may be wondering, why is she using Coastal Cabana? There's a lot of green in that color. It's because of these diamonds in the background. I was like, I want to pull those out, and that's why I did what I did. So if you think I'm nuts, I am. That's why I'm called Stampin' Nut and Nutso Stamper on social media. I had to add Nutso Stamper because on a couple of the platforms, Stampin' Nut was already taken. So that's why you see me as 2 different things. And my team is the Nutso Average Stampers. So, all right. As you perhaps saw, I added dimensionals, Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of this rectangle piece. And then we're going to take our squares. Now, turn it on the diagonal and then stamp your sentiment. And I could not choose anything more amazing. Hi, Darla. Great to see you here. I couldn't choose anything more amazing to use than the phrases and frames. Again, my friend Susan Campfield helped design this stamp set, and I'm so proud of her. I love her stamp set, and I extra love the Thinking of You, and it fits fabulously on my square turned diamond. I feel like I actually have to reboot my, I'm going to try it on the back first. Yeah, I think I actually have to reboot my Coastal Cabana. So now you can see when you reboot it, here's what I do. I add drops all over, and I really try not to use it right away. But in this case, I can't help myself because I got to get this card made. And then you use the tip of the refill to just soak it in, help soak it in. And then what I like to do is I like to take another or a stamp and just kind of work it in to the stamp pad. And next time I come to use it, it'll be better, raring to go. But that's how you re-ink a stamp pad currently. When we switch back to the felt top, which is what our current in color ones are, it'll be a little bit different probably, but for the firm foam, that's what you do. All right, now I'm going to take my sentiment that I've stamped on the diagonal and add it to my layer. Now we're going to pop this up again. So we're double popping. We're using dimensionals on two different things. Hi, Peg. Great to have you. I love it when familiar names and unfamiliar names, of course, pop on the screen. It is always fun to interact. So that goes that way. And then if you've got some embellishments, I'm going to use ones that I just have come to adore so much because they're just plain. They're just, I don't know. They're just flat and they're nice, and there's white. So that is awesome. So a couple different ways you can do this. You can add two kind of next to each other, or if you want to just put one, you can. But I like the look of the two. Now the trick is going to be getting them to look the same on both sides, which they don't currently, but I will hopefully get that fixed. And Darla's watching from Florida. Hello, Darla. Great to have you pop on at 10:30 a.m. Central your time. And Barbara loves the layout. Thanks, Barbara. I do too. And I think I was kind of second guessing my Stone and Vine choice in the background, but I think I like it. It looks really pretty. Now the only thing is I've covered up a lot of my DSP, but that happens a lot, doesn't it? Where it's just part of the design and we do it. Couple other options that you could consider is putting some more plain DSP here in the background. Designer Series paper has usually a plainer side and a busier side, and that could be an option for that background as well. So we could also bring another color in if we wanted to, but I like the look of just the Coastal Cabana and the white, I think. So thank you for joining me this morning. Remember to post your card in the comments below, even if it's like in a year. Tag me in it and let me know that you've posted it, because I would love to see what you're creating. And you can always go back to old episodes of Stamp Together over on YouTube. So check me out there at Nutso Stamper, or just search Amy Rich when you get there and I should pop up. So thanks for being here. I will see you again on Wednesday for another What's Up. But until then, enjoy this. I mean, here we have beautiful weather, and I'm praying that's the case for all of you because it is gorgeous. All right. Have a great day, everybody.